All right, the whole point, let me take a real chunk of work right here in the session and hand it to a cheap worker. While Opus, it stays on max for the thinking. Watch, I've got a DeepSeek worker open with DS. I got this prompt right down here. I take the piece I scoped out, I hand it over, and I let the cheap model do that part. The cheap worker, it does the long execution, the part you don't want to pay Opus prices for. And here's the payoff. Opus, it decided to ask me some questions right here. What's the free audit you're offering on this landing page? How should the email capture form behave? And visual direction for DS to build towards. So it's scoping all this out, getting the information out of me ahead of time, and then creates the plan, it builds the plan, passes. One thing that I noticed, it ran into a small issue here. We have it in a certain mode, print mode, and it thinks it's an agent, so it asks to write the files, but we have a hard blockage of it not allowing it to. You can see how the orchestrator, Opus, is kind of going through the steps and making sure that we only allow it the permission that we want it to have and not have full permission over our systems. Now, if your computer is just, this is where I would say be very careful, especially if right in front of me, I didn't need to open up a second window and paste anything across. I look at what it gave me and I'm the one who uses it. Opus, it did the thinking, the cheap worker did the grunt work, my max plan, it never got touched for the boring part, and that is the 10x. That's the whole setup running, and I'm in the loop the whole entire time. Some small things while we're waiting for this to fully be done. While it was loading, I noticed that this bar right here was not properly the email. It wasn't there. After a while, Opus, it took a look while I was reviewing and noticed that. So it sent that back over to DeepSeek to fix. And at the very end, we get a full web page. By DeepSeek, it was overseen by Opus. And here's a quick one, because somebody always asks, how do you actually know DS is hitting DeepSeek and not secretly failing back to Claude on you? So watch this. I'm gonna ask the worker straight up, what model are you? And look, it says I'm Claude Opus 4.8 running with 1 million contexts. Now, hold on before you panic. That's not the gotcha that you think it is. The thing is running inside Claude Code, and Claude Code tells whatever underneath it that it's Claude. So of course it says it's Claude. It's reading off of the script. That's the model's word for it. And the model's word in this case is wrong. So don't take its word for it. Take the receipt. I asked the router for a Claude model, and look what it actually handed back. DeepSeek v4 Flash, right there. I asked for Claude, it gave me DeepSeek, and it can't really hide that because that's the metadata and not from a sentence that it generated. The model can say whatever it wants about itself. The receipt though, it doesn't lie. So here's the command I'm gonna run. This is right there. That's the raw call in the config. You can pause it if you're that person. Everyone else, you already got your answer. It says Claude is DeepSeek, and now you've seen the proof. Here's the part that the hook promised: Opus as an orchestrator, the cheap model as a sub-agent. And I want to be straight about it because I called the sub-agents because that's what they act like. I hand off a chunk, the cheap model, it does it. The answer comes back in one session, but these aren't Claude Code's built-in sub-agents. Those only run Anthropic's own model, Sonnet, Haiku. You can't point one at DeepSeek. What's really happening is I've got a cheap worker open right here, a DeepSeek the job, and read the results back. Functionally, a sub-agent. Honestly, a cheap CLI worker I'm driving, no copy paste, and I'm clear about what I'm not doing. I'm not turning it loose to edit my whole repository while I walk away. I'm in the loop. I hand it a scope chunk, the results, it comes back, and I'm the one who uses it. And because the orchestrator is never on the router, your Opus thinking stays on max, only the grunt work goes cheap. That's where the 10x comes from. So I have this prompt run. So a bunch of you watched the last video, looked at the desktop app, and couldn't find where any of this happens. Somebody straight up asked me how I did it on the desktop app at all. The honest answer is the desktop app is the orchestrator. That's where Opus it thinks and runs the show on my max plan. The execution, it happens in the terminal. And the part that no one is showing you is the desktop app can open those terminals and fire those workers itself. You don't by hand. And the reason it stays on Opus and on my subscription is that it's not routed through the router. The router is only for the cheap workers. The manager, it stays premium. The workers, they go cheap. That's the whole entire trick. Now here's something that I want you to consider before you do any of this. The moment that you route work to a third-party model, you're sending whatever is in that prompt to someone else's server. So a short list, it never goes to a cheap model. That's email, API key tokens, especially credentials, private page IDs, your own private writing and voice notes, unpublished work that you haven't put out there yet. The rule that I use is route the generic stuff to the cheap models, keep the crown jewel and the sensitive stuff on the model that you trust. If you're not sure which bucket something's in, take precautions, treat it as sensitive. You can't unsend a prompt. And the cool thing about this is that DeepSeek, it isn't the only sub-agent that you can use. You can use different providers, different base URLs, keys, and model names like GLM 5.2 or Kimi K 2.7 from Moonshot, built for code. You can grab each one's exact model string and base URL from its own docs. Now, I'm not hard coding them here because they move in a stale string is worse than no string. And yeah, I can run this basically with GLM and Kimi too. So once the setups is all in place, what does that actually buy you? The cheap workers, they do the long mechanical work, so you're not burning premium tokens on grunt code. You can orchestrate with Opus, execute with the cheap workers, book boilerplates and scaffolding, and hand it all to them. The orchestrator, or in this scenario, Opus, it fires more than one at a time. You plan the next thing while they finish the last. Throwaway prototyping, you might delete in an hour. You don't need all of them. Most people live in 2 or 3. And just to show you that DeepSeek, it did this, we have this web page that it put together that basically turns it into it toggles dark mode on and off. Pretty simple stuff here. I have this prompt, build a real channel tool you actually use. DS build a single page tool, paste a video topic, get 10 tags plus title ideas, or a thumbnail A/B tracker, or an analytic CSV, the tags too. Well, very useful. So 3 things before you start. Node and NPM. The router installs itself through NPM. So check you've got it. So I'll press enter here and you can see these numbers. That's how you know that you have it. Claude Code itself installed and working, and a DeepSeek API key from platform.deepseek.com. That's the only secret you'll handle. So step 1, install the router. This gives you the CCR command and creates this folder with the config file we'll edit in a second. You'll go into your terminal, type this in npm-g at mus/sysstudio/Claude yourself. This is what I am going to have you do instead. And the full prompt for this will be inside of the description. So what you'll do is you'll paste this prompt. Set up Claude Code's router CCR to route a DS command to DeepSeek on this Mac. Do all of it, then show me the result. Of course, if you have Windows, say Windows. If you have Mac, say Mac. This is specifically for Macs or Apple. You'll paste in this whole thing and you'll press enter. Claude Code will set up everything for you. You don't have to do anything. Basically, by the end of this, whenever you type in DS, it should come up the Claude Code terminal, and now you're in DeepSeek. And quick one before we go any further, because this is where a bunch of you got stuck. If you set this up the old way with it, run it and you get this, or auth source. The key was fine, it's the launcher, the old CCR code. It used to load the router's environment for you and it stopped doing it. The fix is this one line inside the function eval. Use this, $CCR activate. It loads the router's environment yourself. Claude points back at the router. The forward one's gone, and that's the whole reason it's a function, not an alias. You can't run that line inside an alias. The full fix is inside the guide and pinned below if you want to read it slow. So now we type it in, and so if you get that error, what you can do is you can type in this prompt here. I'll have this inside of the guide as well. We'll run it, and in just a moment it will finish and we should be able to run it like normal.